Hello everybody, Raven Knight here, and today we have some very interesting things to talk about. The big thing, guys, Warriors Den today. Warriors Den went on. Now, I was at work when it happened initially, but everyone told me in my Discord what they said, kind of what was going on. So when I got home, I immediately sat down and watched the full thing. So now I kind of know what's been going on. So let me talk very briefly about what they said and what I think about it. So here we go. First and foremost, Year 5. There is going to be a Year 5 called Year of the Covenant, and before I talk about my thoughts on what they said about the Year of the Covenant, let me just say this. There were people in my Discord who were complaining that this Warriors Den really didn't give us anything. It's like, okay, you just said there was going to be Year 5. You didn't say what was going to be in it. You didn't reveal any new cosmetics. You didn't reveal any executions. You didn't reveal any roadmap. You didn't reveal anything. You just said there's going to be a Year 5. This was a whole lot of nothing. Here's my response to that. Firstly, yeah, they're not going to reveal everything. They usually don't. The only things they revealed was that there would be 2 new heroes. There's going to be some cosmetic updates, some readjustments, and a lot more testing grounds to try to make the game more competitive, which I think is fine. They gave it. What they were doing was they were giving us some good news. Let's really think about this, guys. I want us to really sit down and think for a minute. Year 4 almost killed the game, not because the Year 4 additions were bad, but because of the pandemic, because of the political unrest around the world, because of all kinds of outside stigma. And even the creator said it was a time where we were questioning the future of the game, and you know what? I get it. I understand how worrying that is. But here they are saying, you know what, we made it through Year 4. We survived it. The game survived it. The community survived it because y'all love the game and we love the game. So let's celebrate that. It is the 4th anniversary of For Honor's release, and we're getting ready for our 5th year. Let's be happy about that. Let's celebrate the fact that we made it to Year 5 when it was questionable that we'd make it this far. With a community like For Honor where every day they're saying, oh, the game's dead. I've uninstalled the game until they fix it. Oh, I'm just so done with this game. It just isn't what I want it to be. With a community so hateful towards its own game, I think there is cause for celebration when we've made it through 4 years of a game and getting ready for a 5th. So I think it's totally fine for them to just come out and say, hey guys, let's celebrate. Year 5 is on the way. So I have no problem with what they did or them choosing to do it the way they did it. So I don't think that's the problem. If I do have a problem, it's the stuff they did say confused me a little. They asked the game writer a few questions about what they could expect, and from a story perspective, I'm a little confused. So let me break this down, and if anyone better understands what she was talking about, please let me know. But Elise said, okay, so number 1, she said, Year 4, we saw the birth of the 2 sides, Chimera and Hereoes. Yes, got that. Then she said, the faction war is still ongoing. Like, the claiming of territories for the different factions. It is? I mean, sure, game-wise it is, because we're still claiming territory and trying to capture it for Viking, Samurai, or Knight, and there's still going to be a campaign going on. I mean, that's part of the game mechanic, but lore-wise, the faction war still going on? I thought that the faction war kind of got abandoned for the civil war between Chimera and Hereoes, or did I miss something? Now she says that what's going to happen in Year 5 is new alliances and pacts, or covenants, are now being made after the initial clash during the Battle of the Eclipse. And the idea is that that people are forming groups and covenants with like-minded values. But these groups will likely start to pick sides between Chimera and Hereoes, forming a collective, or either they're going to pick sides or they're going to clash with the two and cause a rift in the battle. Okay. I have questions about that. The only other thing she said is that the Cataclysm is not just one event. It has waves of events, a lot like Ragnarok. I think the implication there is that at some point in the year, we're going to see more chaotic, cataclysmic-like events take place, so brace yourself for that. But here's my thought. So, if the faction war is still ongoing between Viking, Samurai, and Knights, and they're all still fighting for territory, but at the same time, Chimera and Hereoes are battling, and it's still going on, which war is taking precedence? Is the civil war of Hereoes and Chimera just a side thing? A secondary conflict that maybe not all of Heathmoor is embroiled in? Maybe just maybe only fringe elements are involved? Why? Here's the thing. The minute Hereoes stepped onto the scene and shook everything up, and started rallying people from different factions to fight for her side, I kind of figured the faction war was over, and now a new war was started. They're finding a new reason to fight. That's what they opened up year 4 with. So, which is it? Or is the faction war still the primary combat, or still the primary issue, or is Chimera and Horkos the primary issue? I don't know. That seems a little weird to me. And maybe she didn't phrase it well, or maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. But to me, I'm kind of like, which is the war we're looking at? The other thing that I want to point out is that with these covenants being made, that may be a hint as to a redefining of the faction war. Sure, they'll still keep the warriors separated by class, like these are knights, these are Vikings, these are samurai, these are Wulin. But maybe these new covenants will be the new factions in an ongoing faction war. Maybe you have the faction of the bears, they do this and this and that. And you have the faction of the elk, they do this and this and that. And you have the faction of the griffin, they do this and this and that. Or something like that. Maybe they're looking at a totally new way of designing the faction war. Because let's face it, the faction war in For Honor for a while has kind of been a joke, with the Vikings winning almost every single time. Maybe they're saying, okay, if we change it up so it's not just neckbeards winning every single campaign, maybe it'll shake things up a little bit. Maybe it's not just about which side you join. Maybe it's about your covenant. Maybe it's about the faction you feel most strongly towards, or the ideals you feel most strongly towards. So, I don't know. That's just speculation. I don't know. That's just a thought. The other thing, in the image for year 5, they show an envelope with a stamp in the middle, and the stamp has broken earth, a wave, a wolf or bear, and an elk. And people are saying that these 4 images are hints as to what each season is going to be about. The 2 animals, I think we can definitely say, are going to be symbolic of the 2 new heroes that are coming. Now, some people have guessed that they're going to be story mode characters again, like the wolf or bear will probably be Stygander, and Stygander will be will be one of the new heroes with a new weapon or something. And the elk will be Ayu with her own new weapon or something. That is a possibility, and I'm willing to admit that theory holds a lot of weight to it. And people are already saying that they don't like that because it means more gender-locked heroes, and they don't want that, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I understand the concern with that. Me, personally, I don't care as much. I mean, I get why it's a problem for creating your own original characters and your own original content. I understand the concern with that. But to me, I think it isn't a cool idea to bring the story and the multiplayer and like the lore a little bit closer together. So I'm curious to see what they do. I think it will be interesting, and I'm excited to see how they come up with it. I'm interested to see what kind of weapons they're going to give these 2 new heroes, and see if they really are a Viking and a samurai, or 2 Vikings, because the bear and the elk can also both be connected to Viking lore. So maybe it's 2 Viking heroes. We don't know. I'm very interested to see what they do. It should be very, very cool, and I look forward to that. As for the breaking earth and waves, I think that's in reference to what Elise said. The cataclysm is ongoing. It's in phases. So we may see some cataclysmic events take place, which represent the tsunami and the earthquake. So that may be what we're seeing. Don't know. It's a possibility. But whatever the case, I really am excited, guys. I'm excited because supposedly, according to what they said, the new year and first season of that new year will kick off the 11th of March, which is 3 weeks away, because you got the 25th and then the 4th and then the 11th. So it's going to be 3 weeks away. So probably what will happen is on the 4th, we're going to get an official season 1 reveal where they tell us more about what we'll see this season, give us something like a roadmap or an idea of what's going on, maybe a trailer, and then it'll drop on the 11th. So super excited for that. And I think that it's going to be cool. I'm really interested to see what direction they're going to take the game. And let me just say this again, guys. I want to clarify this as best I can. It is so easy for us to just look at the game and get negative because they're not giving us all the things we really, really want. People were complaining, oh, look at that. They took the comment section out of the video. And people are saying that just shows that they don't want to hear backlash. And my response to that is, well, if I were them, I wouldn't want to hear it either. They're spending part of the video congratulating the winners of the Dominion series and talking about what they're planning to do for the next year. They don't want to hear a lot of people in the comments going, this game is dead, the Dominion series is pointless, when are you going to do that, when are you going to do this, blah, 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 blah. I wouldn't want to be in their shoes either for that, because frankly, all the pessimism doesn't help anyone, nor does it encourage anyone to do better. I know that people will say that I'm simping to them for this. I really don't care. I'm not simping, I'm just being honest. I love this game. I think it's a great game. I think that they have the opportunity to do a lot of creative things with it. Am I disappointed in some of the things that I heard, and do I think that I'm going to get all the things I want? No. I still want more Wulin Heroes. I want more Dominion and Breach maps. I want more game modes, and I'm going to do a video talking about ideas I have for new game modes. Ubisoft, please watch that video. Maybe you might get some ideas. So no, I'm not saying that everything they do is perfect, and I'm saying that there are things that I'd like to see in the game, and if I could sit down with the development team, I'd love to share some of my ideas and bounce some ideas back and forth with them. But if all we're going to do is sit here and say game dead, game dead, game dead, or I'm uninstalling until they do better, or I'm just going to uninstall the game, it's no longer fun, or I can't believe people still play this trash game, you know what a development team does when they hear that? They think, oh well, I guess the game is dead, no one plays it anymore, let's get rid of it. My fear, genuinely, was that they were going to announce in this Warriors Den, yeah, we're kind of done after this year, guys. I mean, we'll keep the servers up for a little while longer for you guys, but yeah, we're kind of done. That was my big fear. I thought that's what they were going to say. So I'm so glad there's another year coming. I'm so glad there are 2 new heroes coming. I'm so glad they're still adding new things, because it means the game's still alive. So there's still a chance that they will add the things that I really want. They will give us new Wulin Heroes. They will give us new maps. They will give us new game modes. I don't know. And I'm excited to see where they go. I'm not going to rush to judgment here, guys, not until I see what they're actually giving us and I can actually play it for myself. I think that if I've learned anything in all this time, it's way too easy for me to become pessimistic about this game. But doesn't that tell you a lot about this game when people are just so quick to jump on it? You know, like, oh, come on, man, you can do better than this. It's because we expect so much out of this game. We expect this game to be great, and so we have high expectations for it. And sometimes the game lives up to them, sometimes they don't. But in my opinion, the game is looking forward to a really awesome year 5. I hope you guys will stick around to see it. I'm going to stick around to see it. Totally excited. And I hope to see you guys on the battlefield. This is the Raven Knight, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care.